the incarnations of Masters of the Universe, by far my favorite was the 2000X show. It was awesome. I mean, this was like everything I loved about He-Man as a kid, but knocked up a notch. And it was perfect for the early 2000s. And seeing He-Man toys on shelf again was one of the coolest things ever. Love this line. I came to Mattel kind of right after this line ended with a kind of, well, I'm going to call it chip on my shoulder, but a desire to see more 2000X figures because we didn't get like so many of the original characters created for the show. So when I was fortunate enough to become brand manager of Masters of the Universe Classic, getting 2000X characters done in classic style was huge on my priority list. I know a lot of fans wanted 2000X figures in 2000X style with the spindly bodies, and maybe that'll still happen one day. Heck, I even made a video about what that would be like. But for me, it was all about these new. So this was one of the races of Eternia. Now, when I got this figure, I'd actually never seen it before because I didn't work on it, other than putting his name on a piece of paper because I'd left Mattel before these figures went into development. And when I finally got it, when I was working at Jack's, I had my subscription sent to my office, and I remember opening them just like, whoa, look at the way the Horsemen did this. This is amazing. Because I honestly wasn't sure how they were going to be sort of putting him together with using the giant arms and the slip-over skull necklace with the amulet. Design standpoint of how he was put together to replicate the 2000X look but still have that classics look. The Horsemen knocked this one so out of the park, and I was just bummed I wasn't at Mattel for the production and development of this figure. We really are getting towards the end of the line here now that I'm speaking about figures that I wasn't around to fully see realized. Just put their name on a piece of paper at the beginning of the year as a figure that was going to go into the line. Glad the new team didn't change that because boy was this a figure I really, really personally wanted. I mean, who doesn't love, kind of like snow characters? And there was all sort of customization you could do with this, by interchanging the parts. That was part of what Classics was about. Now, his name on the show was just the Kulatak Eldor, but I felt he needed a name. Where did Chuba come from? Well, just sounded right. It was one of those names that just kind of sounded like it would work for a snow kind of abominable king dude. So King Choboola became his name. What can I say? Now, it is interesting that you'll see his real name is slightly different from his name, and that's because of the way, normal people would pronounce it was the idea versus his actual tribe. Now, the king, or elder, was part of Randor's Council of Eternia, which was one of my favorite parts of the 2000X show. The idea was that Randor, by the end of the second, third season, was gathering all of the different tribal kings and leaders to reform the Eternia Council. And I could not wait to see where this went, and it didn't go anywhere because the show got canceled. So just when the Kulatak Eldor was going to get a more starring role, boom, no more show. But get a day to make is unbelievable. I mean, could this even be a basic figure? This would probably be like a super deluxe figure. Well, I was really proud because when doing classics at the time we did, it really was lightning in a bottle because, yeah, I don't think we could ever afford to do these kind of toys today at this scale and with this much deco and this much detail at the price they were sold for. So it kind of really, these tail end figures of the line are some of the best. And the Horsemen are just nonstop. I mean, again, full credit to the Mattel design team and, the new, I guess, Kim, who was left to do the marketing. She kind of quit after 6 months when she realized that they weren't going to actually pay her to be a brand manager. That's not important. The point is, the line was awesome, and I love that even in Origins, Axel's art reflects the whole Council of Eternia thing. So you can see, the Kulatak Eldor there in the back of the reforming Council of Eternia that Randor was doing, come alive through Axel's Origins art. Well, we never got to see what would have happened, but ice characters and snow characters always sell, especially because half the country's under ice and snow, which is why kids love snow toys. And for collectors, he was just an awesome